February 15th, 2004. It was my 6th birthday, and I spent it at the same place every kid in Vogelway, Germany spent their birthday. The Fun Zone. It was basically the Air Force Base equivalent of a Chuck E. Cheese. Now, I had plenty of birthday parties there, and I also attended plenty of other kids' birthday parties there, so a lot of my Fun Zone memories run together a bit. But this one, the one with the skateboard and the Jimmy Neutron wrapping paper, this was the birthday I discovered the existence of Pokemon cards. I don't remember a single point of my life before I loved Pokemon. I was watching the show constantly, I stole my sister's copy of Pokemon Red and played that nonstop. I'd spend all of my allowance money on the Pokemon toys at the KB in the mall. But Pokemon cards was something brand new. You mean I can own pictures of Pokemon?
Are you ready to be the ultimate Pokemon Master Trainer?
Yes, I think I am.
My first pack was from EX Sandstorm. I don't remember every card that I had gotten from it, but I remember these ones for sure. I thought the Pikachu and Onix cards were really cool, but this was my first time seeing the rest of these Pokemon. I wouldn't have a Game Boy Advance until later that year, and the anime was further behind where I was living, so I didn't know most of the 3rd generation Pokemon yet. And the first one I saw was Lotad. That's me! I didn't know what any of this meant, but they had pictures of Pokemon on them, so I loved them and I wanted more of them. Not long after, I would get a couple of promotional cards that came inside the Pokemon movie cases. I got Pikachu with the 2nd movie on VHS, and Unknown with the 3rd movie on DVD. I got the first one on VHS used, so no card sadly. But then, at this big flea market in Germany, I would find the Pokemon Trading Card Game Starter Gift Box, which had a bunch of older cards in it. Dumb child Tad didn't know how to play the game yet and didn't understand why they had multiple of some cards, but I still loved these. For the longest time, this Rhydon card was my most prized possession. I may not have known how to play the game, but 100 HP, deals 50 damage, yeah, this card must be amazing. It wasn't, but I didn't know any better, plus look at that cool drawing of him running right at you. And speaking of not knowing how to play the game, trainer cards. I thought Potion, which at the time I called Potion because I was stupid, was some weird Pokemon that I had never seen before. But then I saw Switch, Gust of Wind. Alright, now there's no way Pokemon Center is a Pokemon. I didn't really pay much attention to what any of these cards actually did, I just liked the funny pictures on them. I would get the EX Trainer Kit sometime after, which once again had boring doubles of cards in it. This did actually come with some stuff to teach me how to play the game though, including this playmat which shows you where all the cards are meant to go and what they're supposed to do. After all this time having Pokemon cards, I was finally learning how to play the actual game. I would get a lot of these playmats throughout the years, and a lot of those cool coins you would get to use during coin flips. But I never played much of the game because nobody wanted to play it with me.
Okay, that's good. That's good. No, stop.
But in 2006, I discovered something new you could do with Pokemon cards. You could trade them to people for other cards! I had basically given up on playing the game by this time. I just wanted to collect every Pokemon in card form, which meant I could trade all those dumb, useless extras of cards I had for stuff I didn't have. I kept all of my duplicates of cards in this white box. I would take this over to friends' houses or to school to trade them for cards I still needed. And then there were my binders. These had my most valued cards in them, my one-of-a-kinds. If someone wanted something from the binder, they had to pay something extremely good. But then, because teachers are the worst, our school banned all Pokemon stuff, including cards, because what? Kids are happy? No fun allowed! Of course, that didn't stop any of us, we were kids, but now teachers would confiscate anything with the Pokemon logo on it. I remember this one kid brought in a massive Ziploc bag of Pokemon cards to show off, and one of the teachers took it and they wouldn't give it back. What is wrong with teachers? If you're worried that Pokemon cards are a distraction, then I don't know, maybe make your class actually engaging. Or if you're worried that students are stealing them from each other, hey, you can't do that if the teachers steal them first. Don't they know the monetary value of these pieces of cardboard? But of course, that didn't stop anybody, and underground Pokemon card trading continued in secret throughout the school. Kids would find spots where teachers wouldn't notice or where the cameras couldn't see them. Cards were being traded behind buildings, underneath tables, in bathrooms, anywhere teachers wouldn't catch them. I kind of feel like I learned more from illegally trading Pokemon cards at school than I did from some of my classes that year. This Espeon is one of my most prized cards. I had 2 of these fire-type Aerodactyls, and I was showing them off in secret in the school gym. We were up against the wall, and I had my bag open just enough to barely see them. I needed an Espeon card, so this other kid said he'd bring his the next day and trade for one of my Aerodactyls. And the next morning, after a rush of anxiety as I sold over my soul, I had a new Espeon card. I made plenty of legal trades after that. I was forever a lawbreaker past the point of redemption for exchanging pieces of cardboard, so I might as well. But this Espeon trade will always be the most special to me. In September 2006, Diamond and Pearl released, and Pokemon popularity exploded even more at our school. It was beyond just cards, everyone was busy playing the new games too, so we started doing trades at people's houses instead. Taking our DSs into school was too big a risk nobody was willing to take. I always greatly preferred trading over at people's houses because we could see all of their cards, not just the few that were worth risking taking to school. Nobody wanted to be that poor kid with the Ziploc bag. I started buying a lot more cards around 2007 when the Diamond and Pearl cards came out. I love Diamond so much, and I just had to get the new Pokemon in cardboard form. Don't remember what all was in there, but I remember my first pack having Bidoof, Cherubi, Dweezil, and then just losing it when I saw Chimchar in there. I was so happy with my new cardboard. I even went to Burger King a couple of times when they were offering promotional cards with their kids' meals. But around late 2010-2011, I started to fall out of Pokemon. I wasn't too into the black and white games when they initially released, and my interest in the series started to fade. I moved on to other interests, and I stopped buying Pokemon cards. Yeah, that didn't last long. Around 2013, during the build-up to Pokemon X and Y, I got really into Pokemon again, and started buying unhealthy amounts of cards. And when the XY cards finally released, yeah, I bought all 3 starter decks. I had lost my sanity. This is when I started playing the online game a lot, too. Packs came with codes that would give you a booster pack in the game, so I managed to get a lot of cards online this way. The game itself is really fun, even if I've never been all too great at it. And my interest sort of faded again after that. I do still enjoy collecting cards and looking through my binders from time to time, but my childhood obsession with these was like nothing else. 2013 is also when I decided to reorganize my binders. Before I just had all my cards kind of scattered in there with no real order, I decided to put all of my cards in here by their Pokedex number, leaving space for the Pokemon I didn't have to fill them in as I got more. For Pokemon I had multiples of, I would put my favorite in the front with the rest behind. Finally getting that last card to fill out a page was so satisfying. For the first generation, I have all my oldest cards in the front. I really love how these original cards looked, and I'd love to collect all of these for the first 2 gens. Flipping through, you can see plenty of gaps throughout. I never did catch them all. The first generation is probably the closest I got to a full collection, with 139 out of 151. I could just go online and buy the individual cards I need, but that's kinda lame. It's a lot more satisfying actually finding them at a store or in a pack. It's not fun if I'm not gambling. As for some of the more notable ones here, I got this one in a trade from my friend who found it inside a Captain Underpants book he bought, which greatly increases the value. Getting the legendaries was so cool. Moltres, Zapdos, Mewtwo, Full Art Mew. Never got an Articuno though. This Dragonite promo from the first movie is definitely one of my favorite cards. From Gen 2, I'm missing 19 Pokemon. My favorite from this generation probably being Rocket's Wobbuffet. Look at him. Gen 3, I'm missing a bunch. There's a lot of gaps in this one. I also have the remains of this poor cast form I accidentally set through the washing machine. Tragedy. I have a lot of gaps in Gen 4 too, but at least I have everyone's favorite Pokemon, Licky Licky. I do have this full art Glaceon though, which is really awesome. Glaceon's one of my favorites. Even though I kinda fell out of Pokemon during Gen 5, I actually have a ton of the cards from this one. I was so into Pokemon during the last, year of these things that I ended up getting most of them. Gen 6 I started out really strong and got a lot of the earlier ones, but then I kinda stopped buying cards after the first couple sets. Most of them I have here I got really early into the generation. I didn't really like the Generation 7 games, so I only really have a couple of the cards. And I really need to get more of these card holders. I don't even have room for my Generation 8 cards in the binder yet. In the back of my first binder, I keep all of my trainer cards. These are really fun to look back at too, getting to see all the different cards of characters, different stadiums, and then there's the weird ones. Computer Error, Warp Point, Pokemon Personality Test, Pokemon March, Pokemon Retriever, Moo Moo Milk, POW! Hand Extension! I also have a page for just my Pikachu cards. They couldn't all fit into one sleeve. I have too many of these. Throughout the past 2 decades, I've had a lot of great memories collecting Pokemon cards. They've always been a huge part of my life. It's been so much fun looking back through all of them I've gotten throughout the years, and I kind of feel like going out and getting some new cards just for old time's sake. Alright, so I gotta come clean. I made this video like 5 months ago and I just forgot to finish it or upload it or anything. So here we are 5 months later. The original ending joke is, oh, I'm gonna go out and buy some Pokemon cards, and then I show all the footage from those crazy people at Walmart fighting for Pokemon cards, because that's when the scalpers were going crazy, right, and they were buying out all the cards, and you couldn't buy them anywhere, and then it was gonna be like, oh, I guess I'm not buying Pokemon cards, and that was the end of the video. That was the joke. But 5 months later, that's not really happening anymore, as far as I can tell. So I put the video off, and now here I am without an end joke. So I went out and got some Pokemon cards for real. That's the end of the video. We got the good ending. Yeah, this might have been funnier 5 months ago. I don't know. End the video.